and welcome to Sexy Stock Alerts, making hot stocks hotter. Our research team has been scanning for a stock that not only would be worthy of our first alert, but also had to have a sexy story behind it too. Today, we have the pleasure of presenting to you a big board stock under $5 in the healthcare industry that is gaining momentum on an anticipated FDA approval. The company we are profiling is Avanir Pharmaceuticals Incorporated, stock symbol AVNR on the NASDAQ, currently trading at $3.30 per share. Avanir Pharmaceuticals is a biopharmaceutical company focused on acquiring, developing, and commercializing novel therapeutic products for the treatment of central nervous system disorders. Avanir's lead product candidate, Zenvia, is being developed for the treatment of pseudobulbar affect and diabetic peripheral neuropathic pain. The company has successfully completed a confirmatory Phase 3 study under a special protocol assessment agreement with the FDA. The new lower dose formulation of Zenvia is intended to address safety concerns raised in the FDA's approval letter for Zenvia in the treatment of PBA. In addition, Avanir has conducted a Phase 3 study of Zenvia in diabetic peripheral neuropathic pain, where the primary endpoints were successfully met. Avanir has licensed its macrophage migration inhibitory factor program to Novartis International Pharmaceutical and has sold its anthrax monoclonal antibody program to Emergent Biosolutions. The company's first commercialized product, Abreva, is marketed in North America by GlaxoSmithKline Consumer Healthcare and is the leading over-the-counter product for the treatment of cold sores. On April 18, 2007, Avanir Pharmaceuticals announced positive top-line results from the company's Phase 3 clinical trial evaluating the investigational drug Zenvia in diabetic peripheral neuropathic pain. The primary endpoint of the trial was based on the daily diary entries for the pain rating scale as defined in the special protocol assessment with the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. In the trial, 2 doses of Zenvia dosed twice daily were compared to placebo-based doses on daily patient diary entries for the pain rating scale. Both Zenvia treatment groups had lower pain ratings than placebo patients. In fact, it was less than 0.0001 in both cases. Overall, the safety data from the study are consistent with the data from previous studies. Recently, the company announced that it will present at the 30th Annual Canaccord Genuity Growth Conference on Tuesday, August 10th at 5 p.m. The Canaccord Genuity Growth Conference provides participating companies with the opportunity to present to institutional investors and industry leaders. Now let's talk a little bit about technicals and what the stock has done over the past year. AVNR's 52-week trading range has been between $1.65 and $4.09. Recently, the stock started to gain momentum as anticipation builds over the FDA's decision, which is set to be announced in October. Now, let's turn it over to our Chief Technical Analyst, Clay Trader, for an in-depth technical analysis of AVNR's chart and trading patterns. Hi Clay, I'm sure many viewers are anxious to hear what you have to say.
Alright Teresa, with that said, I'll get right to it. So here we're looking at the chart of AVNR, and the first thing to start off with is both the medium and longer term trends are up. Using the 50-day simple moving average here, this purple line, you can see that it's clearly got an upward slant to it, indicating that the medium term trend is bullish. And then also this orange line here is a 200-day simple moving average, and it has a very nice bullish slant to it. So it shows that both the medium term and longer term trends are up. Short term right now, we're just going through some sideways consolidation. You can tell that either by looking at the candles, where you can see they're clearly just going sideways, or you can also look at the 10-day, this blue line, and 20-day, this gold line. These moving averages are just going sideways, crisscrossing one another, showing that short term right now it's neutral, but you have to give the edge to the bulls, because looking at the broader context with the 50-day and 200-day, you can see that the overall trend currently is upwards and in the bulls' favor. Now, as far as resistances and supports go, the shorter term support that we're looking at that has held up nicely quite a bit is going to be right here. So let me change this green to represent support. And this level is represented right around the $3.10, $3.12 area. And a key, or the other bigger support level, is going to be right here at the 50-day simple moving average. Right now that's valued at $2.94. Now jumping to the other side of things, resistance-wise, we have a shorter term resistance right here at $3.40. But the key overall resistance is going to be right up here at this level, which is at $3.63 level. If $3.63 can be broken, then look for a nice follow through with the stock. And as always, keep your eye on volume. And with the more volume on these sorts of breakouts, the more confidence you can place in them and bigger move you can expect. Back to you, Teresa.
Clay, thank you for your detailed technical analysis. I'm sure our viewers have gained a lot of knowledge from it. Now that we have a better understanding of the technicals of the stock, let's talk about the financial health of the company. On August 5, 2010, the company reported unaudited financial results for the 3 and 9 months ended June 30, 2010. Total net revenues for the first 9 months of fiscal 2010 were $3 million, compared with $3.2 million for the first 9 months of fiscal 2009. Total operating expenses were $20.3 million in the first 9 months of fiscal 2010, compared to $18.4 million in the comparable fiscal 2009 period. In addition, cash used in operations was $16.6 million in the first 9 months of fiscal 2010 and $15.6 million in the first 9 months of fiscal 2009. The increase in total operating expenses was primarily due to costs associated with pre-commercialization expenses for the investigational drug AVP-923, formerly referred to by the proposed trade name Zenvia. As of June 30, 2010, Avanir had cash equivalents, and investments in securities totaling $41.7 million, including cash and cash equivalents of $41.3 million, and restricted investments in securities of approximately $402,000. Popular Wall Street analyst Jefferies has a buy rating on AVNR and a target price of $10. A second analyst, Wedbush, has an outperform rating on the stock with a price target of $9. Based on all the information we've discussed in this segment, we feel that AVNR has a bright future ahead and has the potential for further growth as it penetrates the market with products that can change people's lives. We thank you for watching this edition of Sexy Stock Alerts. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media outlets. We can be found on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Investors Hub. All you have to do is look for Sexy Stock Alerts in the search box to find us. Until next time, happy trading!
On occasion, Sexy Stock Alerts may receive compensation for our video alerts. Sexy Stock Alerts never has and never will accept free or restricted trading shares in any companies mentioned on sexystockalerts.com and or any of our social media outlets.